Hello, everybody. My name is Ray.
And my name is MJ.
Welcome back to our podcast. Today, we will be discussing our predictions for the season 3 finale. Let's go.
Of Penthouse. Before we get into that, let's talk about what happened in episode 13 of Penthouse.
What an episode.
I know, I was personally very confused and very shocked at the outcome. I didn't expect it at all. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Shimsudan did not die, and Logan did not die.
I know, they both survived somehow. They both survived by going through the elevator at Hera Palace. I mean, 3 minutes is not a long time. So for him to get up there and then bring her back down from 100 stories, that is quite impossible. But I'm glad they're alive.
Yeah, but here's the thing, even if he was standing outside of the penthouse door and then after Gigante fell, and I feel like 30 seconds already got wasted by the time he got to her and she got up and they were starting to walk out. And then they got on the elevator, and then as they were mid in the elevator, going down, the top of Hera Palace was just bombed and it started falling apart. Yet the elevator still worked.
Yes.
And I'm so confused as how after the elevator made it down, how they got off. Because in order to get off the elevator and out of Hera Palace, they had to go through the lobby where everything was already being blown up, no?
True.
So I'm confused as to how they made that out of there
one heck of a miracle.
I know. Yeah, it was a shocker, and we can officially say Gigante is dead.
Yes. They didn't find a body, but I don't think they will find a body because everything was completely destroyed. And yeah, that was the end of Gigante. I guess I'm gonna say the greatest villain of all time.
Yeah. But yeah, this episode definitely was a shocker.
Yeah. It seems like they're killing a character each episode.
Yeah.
Because another big thing that happened this episode, Dr. Ha died.
That's right. He did die. Which we thought in our last prediction video that Cho Seo-jin was going to kill someone, and it did turn out to be Dr. Ha like he predicted. But I think she didn't intend to kill him in the moment.
Yeah.
It was completely by accident, but she doesn't seem to regret it that much.
I think she did at that moment when she realized who it was, because in a way he is the love of her life. So when he fell and she saw that, she was completely heartbroken. But then, with his last words, he was like, "I've always loved you when you need." And I was like, "Whoop."
And Cho Seo-jin was like, "Never mind.
I'm good."
But yeah, his death scene was also very sad to watch. I didn't expect him to die. I never thought it would be Cho Seo-jin killing him, especially since he is the father of Eun-bio. So that was also very shocking.
I just wish that Eun-bio had a goodbye scene with her dad, because Rona did. I mean, even though they haven't had that great of a relationship for the longest amount of time, but they did kind of have a goodbye before she left. And I wish Eun-bio had that too.
Yeah, and I bet she regrets yelling at her father the last time she saw him. Quite a shocker. Yeah, and then so we were left off with episode 13 with Eun-bio calling the police on her mom, Cho Seo-jin.
I think she realized when, her mom was faking the whole thing. She realized no matter what happens, her mom is a monster, will be a monster, and there's no way to save her. And I think she thinks the only way to save her is to kind of let the authorities figure it out.
Yeah. I think in a way, Eun-bio thinks that her mom might even be more safe if she's in prison. Safe from herself, safe from injuring other people and stuff. But yeah.
I think it was the right call.
Calling the police. I think Cho Seo-jin has done enough damage.
Yes.
As much as she is one of our favorite characters, she has done quite a lot of horrendous things.
Yes.
That cannot be forgiven. So.
No. And she did one more. She pushed him through.
Yeah, that is right. She did push Shinseon off the cliff. Yeah, but we'll get more into that. So let's get right into the predictions now. So the first scene that we see is obviously of Logan talking to authority figure, police, or a detective or something. And this is after Shim Seo-dang got pushed off the cliff. So, he's obviously frustrated and telling them to go down. And we can see here that they also send a lifeboat, a rescue boat, to go find Shim Seo-dang. Now, I think that they are definitely going to find her body. And I don't think she's going to die because in the scene when she fell directly into the water. It didn't seem like she hit rocks or anything on her way down, or like she hit rocks when she fell into the water, because it showed her just slowly going down. So I think she didn't have any major injuries, but maybe she just blacked out because it was from the impact of her falling in. So I think they'll find her and maybe she'll be like unconscious, maybe possibly in a coma, but I think she will be okay.
Question though. Here's the thing. I don't want to like degrade this entire incident, but we were watching it. We said that people jump off the cliff like when they go swimming, just for fun. And in her case, there were no cars on top of her, like you said. She didn't hitting the rocks. So I'm confused as to why she didn't swim up again.
Yeah. I don't.
I mean, it is like she did
a very high distance.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, and I was like, well, maybe she doesn't know how to swim, but I feel like we've seen her in water in a past episode.
Yeah, I think it was in season 1?
Yeah, so I don't think it's that she doesn't know how to swim. Maybe like when she was thrown down, like she's wearing a pretty long dress. Maybe the water that got soaked into her dress like was heavy and it kept pulling her down. And maybe like as she fell into the water, the impact of the water, like she just swallowed a lot of air and it caused her breathing to like, her to suffocate a little. But I don't know. I would expect her to just swim up.
Yeah.
We didn't see her hit anything.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like Uyuni's death scene. She didn't have a car on top of her or
Yeah, and Uyuni, her leg kind of twisted, so she physically couldn't really swim up that well. But I don't know. But I do think they're gonna find her body. Maybe she'll be unconscious.
Probably.
And then we have this next scene of what looks like Nagayo, but Shim Seo-dang with cut hair. And she seems to be like in a car. And in the next scene, there's also seems to be her and Logan. And if you saw the preview, it had said on the bottom, "Oh, we have a lot of people to meet Logan. Let's go see them, or do you want to join me?" So a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, this is the case where like she's alive and they like left or something." But I think this is maybe like, what do you call it? Not like a hallucination, but it's something like
she's having a near-death experience.
Yeah.
She's kind of midway to heaven and to like the real world.
Yeah, so I think it's like her kind of like showing that she might be dying, but then maybe like Logan here will say like, no, you've got to stay. So
for the sake of the kids.
And so we definitely don't think she's gonna die here, and that the scene is just quite like from imagination.
Probably.
And then we have this scene, and this is just Logan looking surprised. And this could be like them finding Shim Seo-dang's body.
I think this is actually a hospital scene, maybe. It does look like kind of a luxurious VIP room. And yeah, I think it could either be one of two things. So if she wakes up, if she's in coma where she's unconscious and she wakes up, this is him, like the doctor being like, "Hey, Logan, he's awake." Or second, because he kind of seems worried. He could be a bad news,
that she passed away.
She could have passed, and yeah. Or he also seems shocked. So third, third thing, like her heart could have stopped, during that time when she's kind of debating on whether to go to the other world or come back.
Yeah, that could be true.
But yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I think it is a hospital scene though.
Hmm. Definitely have to do with Shim Soyan
Yeah.
too. And then the next scene we see is Cho So Jin in the police car. Right after the police came, arrested her for pushing Shim Soyan off the cliff and everything. And in this scene, you can see that she's still kind of acting like her state where she was kind of like a little hallucinating, not like she had like dementia. So maybe she's still trying to put up the act and convince everyone that she still has dementia or acute form of dementia. Because she keeps saying like, "Oh, I didn't push her off the cliff. I was just holding her." So I think she's still trying to hold on to that act.
Or it could be kind of showing her as self-defense, like, hey, I was just holding her and she fell back. It wasn't my fault, or I was protecting myself. Maybe she'll use that as an excuse.
Yeah, maybe. And then we see this scene of Dr. Ha, and this I think this scene is gonna be like a flashback Cho Sojin has to when Dr. Ha was dying, because it looks like the same area. More so,
Kind
I
of same
don't.
scene.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think he's gonna come back alive.
No.
He definitely died for sure, I think, so it's probably a flashback. So maybe it could be a flashback she's having of his death scene while she's in court, which we see in this next scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this scene we see that Eun is testifying in a courtroom and Cho Soo-jin is on the left side wearing like a green suit. And then in the back, the left side, we also see Logan, the twins, Jenny, and Jenny's mom. This scene also kind of further proves our point that Shim Soo-jin might not be dead. Because if she was dead, I would assume Logan would be wearing black clothes for mourning.
Yeah. He's not. Or, because they have Cho Soo-jin, they might make the like speed up the process, speed up the investigation. So her trial is when she's in a coma. So that could also be the case. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have this next scene of Cho Soo-jin screaming, so we can probably infer that she got sentenced.
Yes, she was found guilty of all the crimes she's committed. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's gonna be the end of Cho Soo-jin. I think prison.
Yeah, she's gonna go to jail. And then we have this scene of Cho Soo-jin holding a knife and
Scissors.
Oh yes,
Scissors.
scissors. Holding scissors, and it seems like she's still in jail, but her uniform's kind of different. So maybe they sent her to like a psychiatric prison, like to keep her captive, and maybe she used those scissors as a way of self-defense because she seems to be walking through the hallway freely.
Yeah.
But it does seem like she's still in prison, so maybe she escaped somehow.
And we were also talking about how she has different hair, and she has like shorter strands. So she might have cut her hair.
She could have.
Maybe it was a way to like, if she does escape, it was faster. Like it was a way to protect her identity.
Maybe. Yeah, because she always had long, luscious hair. And then we have this scene of a church, and there's a choir that's singing. And we have a theory that maybe after Cho Soo-jin went to prison, Eun is still looking for a job. She said she's going to take a gap year, so maybe she decided to be a part of the church choir. And it could also be like serve as a double for her trying to repay for her mom and her past sins.
Possibly.
Maybe, because we also see this scene of a woman standing in front of a church, which looks quite similar, and the woman looks to be Cho Soo-jin from her back.
Yeah. I think it is her. She might have come. I mean, if Ingil is working here or like volunteering here, she might come to kind of visit and kind of apologize to her daughter, be like, "I'm sorry I did this," and kind of. I think the only thing she cares about is her daughter and her daughter's forgiveness. So I think she's gonna apologize and try to mend their relationship.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. But it does seem like she's out of prison.
Mhm.
So she does escape. And then we have this scene of Verona and what looks to be Sokun playing the piano behind her. So she's finally achieving her dreams. She may be in Juilliard, maybe she is still in Korea performing.
Yeah, she might have come back,
Hmm.
just to have a few performances. But yeah, we see in the back it's Sokun.
Yeah, so they still have a good relationship. And then in the next scene, you see them having dinner and they seem like they're getting back together. So there is hope for these two.
Yes, possibly. But there was an interview the actress did, and someone asked her, who is Sokun for
Verona.
for Berona? And she said he was her first love. First
Oh,
love. So
could
they
indicate
could,
an end.
yes. So it could be, they could still get back together because, first love, maybe she's saying that she will always love him and maybe she
Mm.
wants to go back to him.
Hmm.
Or that was kind of like teenage love and they're done,
Uh,
and she doesn't want to pursue it anymore.
oh, you're right. I don't know. Whatever it is, I think everyone is voting for them to get back together.
They might. I
They
mean,
might. Maybe last episode.
maybe. But I remember her saying that. I saw it on Instagram a few days ago. So,
Hmm. Yeah. Guess we'll have to see.
yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed.
If you like, please give us a thumbs up.
Mhm.
If you have any other theories or comments, please put them down below. And thank you for watching.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy us next week for the finale
Finale.
recap.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.